Hollywood, the land of glitz, glamour, and grudges. While most of us imagine Tinselt Town as a place of red carpets and Oscar speeches, behind the scenes it's not always lights, camera, kumbaya. When egos are big, paychecks are bigger, and patience is paper thin, things can go full blockbuster in ways the script never called for. That's right, sometimes even the stars themselves can't keep it strictly professional. Forget movie magic, this is pure movie mayhem. In today's episode, we're diving deep into the juiciest, jaw-dropping on-set showdowns where famous actors went from scene partners to sparring partners, verbally and physically. 1. Steven Seagal versus John Leguizamo on executive decision. At the time of filming 1996's action thriller Executive Decision, Aikido expert Steven Seagal was a huge action star. According to co-star John Leguizamo, Seagal was also a huge something else, and in an interview with the AV Club, said that when Seagal arrived at rehearsal, he told everyone, "I'm in command. What I say is law." So I started laughing. I mean, who the fuck talks like that? Who comes into rehearsal and says that shit? So I started laughing, and he slammed me with an Aikido elbow against a brick wall and knocked all the air out of me. I dropped to the ground, and all I could say was, "Why? Why?" Leguizamo went on to say, "On the day when we shot the scene where his character died, I showed up so early. I wanted to see him die." 2. Sylvester Stallone versus Richard Gere on The Lords of Flatbush. Before Sylvester Stallone was world famous for Rocky and Richard Gere made it big with An Officer and a Gentleman, the two were cast in 1974's The Lords of Flatbush and did not get along. Stallone told Ain't It Cool News that Gere would strut around in his oversized motorcycle jacket like he was the baddest knight at the round table. Later, after rehearsals for a fight scene got testy, things got physical while eating lunch. Stallone said he was eating a hot dog in a car when Gere got in, while eating some greasy chicken. I said, "That thing is going to drip all over the place." He said, "Don't worry about it." I said, "If it gets on my pants, you're gonna know about it." He proceeds to bite into the chicken, and a small, greasy river of mustard lands on my thigh. I elbowed him in the side of the head and basically pushed him out of the car. Gere was soon replaced on the film by Perry King. According to Elton John's autobiography, Me, the hate between the two still burned red hot 2 decades later. At a party at John's house, Gere and Princess Diana had hit it off and were talking closely. This made Stallone jealous. John conjectured Stallone had come in hopes of picking up Diana, and John's now husband, David Furnish, soon found the two stars out back, squared off and about to fight. Finesse broke up the fight, and not long after, Stallone left in a huff. 3. Jenny Garth vs. Shannon Doherty on Beverly Hills 90210. The original Beverly Hills 90210 was the show for teens in the 90s. But while teens loved Garth and Dorothy, the two did not exactly love each other. Garth told Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, "We were young and so stupid." She mentioned an incident where, after Doherty pulled up Garth's skirt, "We took it outside." Co-star Tori Spelling wrote in her 2008 memoir, A Story Telling, that Doherty and Garth had a fist fight. In an interview with Entertainment Weekly, denied punches were thrown. However, Garth did say, "Scratching? I'm not going to deny that." 4. LL Cool J versus Jamie Foxx on Any Given Sunday. Oliver Stone's 1999 NFL football drama, Any Given Sunday, was a testosterone-filled project. So perhaps it's no surprise that co-stars LL Cool J and Jamie Foxx went at it one day. LL and Foxx were filming a scene where their football player characters were arguing on the sidelines next to their coach, played by Al Pacino. This scripted argument soon turned real with Foxx slapping LL, and a legendary Pacino tried in vain to break up the fight between the much younger men. Cinematographer Sal Tino recounted to The Ringer in their oral history of the film that LL threw a fucking massive punch, hits Jamie in the face. Jamie goes back and hits the push bar on the techno crane. I thought he snapped his neck. Jamie pops for a blown fight going on. Punches her flying everywhere. 6'5" co-star Andrew Brenner Arsky added, Oliver, the director, grabbed my arm and said, Andrew, go do something. I'm like, fuck. So I tackled LL, and so his stomach. Things got so bad that Foxx called the police, so no charges were pressed. LL and Foxx get along better today. That's them in the photo above singing together at a 2015 tribute concert to Stevie Wonder. 5. Tom Hardy vs. Shia LaBeouf, Fun Lawless. What happened between the actors on the set of 2012's Lawless isn't exactly clear. When Den of Geeks asked Hardy about the rumor he and LaBeouf got in a fight that resulted in Hardy being knocked out, Hardy replied, he knocked me out Sparkle, out cold. He's a bad boy. He is. He's quite intimidating as well. He's a scary dude. Recently, though, LaBeouf told Hot Ones that Hardy tells that story as a joke. The truth is, he continued, that he and Hardy used to fuck with each other all the time. And that one day, Hardy barged in on LaBeouf and his girlfriend when they were naked together, grabbed LaBeouf, and started wrestling with him. He then fell down some stairs, knocking himself out. Okay? Clouding things even more as Lawless director John Hillcoat, who during a Reddit AAAMA said it wasn't true that LaBeouf knocked out Hardy, but that there was definitely a fight between them. It escalated to the point where they had to both be restrained. 6. Chevy Chase vs. Bill Murray on Saturday Night Live. According to Nick DeSemlian's Wild and Crazy Guys, how the comedy mavericks of the 80s changed Hollywood forever. Murray, who was mad Chase left SNL after only one season for a higher-paying gig, punched Chase in the face backstage when Chase returned to guest host the show in 1978. It was a huge altercation, said director John Landis, who was there. They were big guys and really going at it. The comedy legends got along better later, especially when they appeared together in 1980's Caddyshack. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.